Well, hello again. This is Jim Laughter here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to launch off into a different study of sorts. I have been asked a couple of times by people in my organization as well as others to take a few minutes and talk about a very important subject in network marketing. And that subject is the difference between a pyramid scheme and a legitimate network marketing or a multi-level marketing business. So I put together a few slides. I'm going to try to get them up on the screen, go through them, and give you an idea of the process and the difference between a pyramid scheme and a legitimate network marketing business. So I'm going to share my screen here and see if we can make this thing work. Okay. I'm going to pull my picture over here where it's supposed to be. And see if we can make this thing work. I sure hope it does, because I believe I can make it go. So, pyramid schemes and network marketing. These are two subjects that overlap each other, and people get confused about them, don't understand what they are, how they differentiate from each other. And there's a lot of confusion, it seems like, in this area. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few minutes here and just see if we can help you with this subject. So I'm just going to kind of go through my slides here, take a little bit of time, and see if I can help you, because this has been a thorn in the side of network marketers forever, simply because a lot of people don't understand the difference between the two. Now, before I do that, I want to give you a little bit of my background so that you'll know I'm not a total flake here, and hopefully that you can understand what I'm doing and where I'm coming from. My name is Jim Laughter. I'm here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My phone number, if you ever need to contact me for anything in network marketing, I consider myself a network marketing professional. It does not mean that I know everything that there is about network marketing, but I do know enough to get by. And I do this professionally, and I hope that some of the things that I know and some of the things that I've learned will rub off on you and will help you. These classes that I teach, I do not charge for them. These are completely free. You may use them as you wish, or you may not use them at all. You can pass them on to your group, or you can trash can them. It does not matter to me one way or the other. If I can help you, then I will. If you need to contact me, or if you'd like to contact me, my phone number is 918-510-4583. Now, that phone number goes to a voicemail system, and every call that I get for my business goes through that number. And if my phone does not recognize your number, it will not ring to me. It will go directly to voicemail. Don't be dismayed about that. Just leave a message, leave your name and your phone number. Tell me that you saw me on YouTube and that you've got a question for me. You can either leave me a message to call you, or you may email me at jimwilma.laughter@gmail.com. Just same basic thing. You saw me on YouTube, you've got a question, ask me your question. If I know the answer, I'll answer it. If I don't know the answer, then I will find the answer. And if you're interested in building a residual income through network marketing, I hope you'll contact me and let me know. Let me see if I can earn your business. So a little bit about me is I am an independent business owner with a company called ACN. It's American Communications Network. ACN is the largest telecommunications business in the world, operating in 27 different countries, billions of dollars in business, over the last several years. It's a highly respected business, lots of credibility. You can Google it, look it up, and see what you see. Now, normally, whenever people when I give them people a little bit about myself, that people will often ask me, well, what did you do prior to network marketing? Or do you have any kind of background at all? Normally, just for the heck of it, just for grins and giggles, I generally tell people, well, I spent the first 20 years of my adult life in a federal institution. And then I stop right there. Now, that always raises an eyebrow. It generally generates questions, but it always starts a conversation. You tell somebody you spent the first 20 years of your adult life in a federal institution, and then just when you've got them right where you want them, or right when I get them right where I want them, then I tell them that 20 years, that first 20 years was in the United States Air Force, which is, of course, a federal institution. But I did spend 20 years in the Air Force. I reached the rank of Master Sergeant, retired as a Master Sergeant in 1991. And then I went to work. After retiring from the Air Force, I went to work for Sears. Those of you old enough to remember Sears, large business, one of the largest retailers in the country. Went to work for them for 21 years in commission sales. Then I retired from Sears, and I went to work for Coca-Cola. And the only reason I went to work for Coca-Cola is because my wife told me that if I didn't get out of the house and get out from under her feet, she was going to suffocate me with a pillow. And so I took that as an invitation to get a job. And so I took a job with Coca-Cola and worked as a sales rep with them for 7 years. So I was in the service industry, either in the military service or in the sales service, for 48 years. That's a long time to deal with people. And along that line, in those years, I have managed to get involved in one way or another in network marketing in different companies. I've been in several, and we finally landed in one that we think is really going to be the deal. But network marketing across the board is generally pretty similar, regardless of what company you're with. So whether you're with Amway or Melaleuca or ACN or New Skin, Mary Kay, any kind of networking business that you're in, what I'm going to show you, I believe, is going to apply. My wife and I have been married for 50 years. We got married in September of 1971, and we're still hanging out with each other. We still like each other. We still love each other. And there's nobody I would rather be with than my sweet Wilma. And this is our little picture right here we had made on our 50th wedding anniversary. We raised 3 sons, and we have 5 grandchildren. And as most grandparents say, if I had it to do all over again, I'd start with the grandchildren. But at some reason, it just doesn't work that way. A little bit of my credentials. I am an author. I have written 14 novels. I've got 2 short stories published, and my writings have been included in 2 anthologies and some magazines and newsletters and stuff like that. But the 14 novels is really what holds me up. And of those 14 novels, I don't even think I put it on there, but of the 14 novels, 6 of them have been bestsellers, and one of my books is still on the list, and I still get a little paycheck from that. I'm a member of one of the largest writing clubs in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that is a club called the Tulsa Night Writers. We're an independent writing group. We're affiliated with the Oklahoma Writers Federation. And I've been a member of the Tulsa Night Writers since 2007, when my first novel came out. In 2014, I won the Night Writer of the Year award, which means that I did a lot of work. And I was president of I think I was president of the club then, but no, I don't think I was. I think I was communications director at that time. But I won the award being the most outstanding writer, the Tulsa Night Writer of the Year. And then last year, 2021, I was actually the 7th person to ever be inducted into the Night Writer Hall of Fame. The club's been around for about 70 years, and I'm the 7th person to receive that honor. I'm a former president of the club. I'm the former communications director of the club, and for a couple of years, I was actually the editor of the newsletter. So I don't say that to impress you, but I do say that to impress upon you that I do have a few credentials to stand on and a little bit of credibility to stand on. So when I do these sessions, I do it out of a vast array of experience. So let's just move right along here and let's talk about the subject that we're talking about. So what we're going to do today is we're going to discuss the difference between a pyramid scheme and network marketing. And as we have time, when you fully understand network marketing, I want to just take a couple of minutes and talk about creating business builders in your network marketing organization, because network marketing is simply that. It is a way to team people together, to network people together, to create a organization that creates an income. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So as we do this, there's something that I want you to understand. I don't want anybody that's watching this to be troubled by the word pyramid. In network marketing and in multi-level marketing, this word scares people off. Your uncles and your aunts and other people that you know are going to say, oh boy, you've gotten involved in one of those pyramid schemes again. And the chances are they don't have one cotton picking clue about what a pyramid is. And so, but we live in a pyramid culture. We're not Egyptians, so we're not out there in the sand dunes, but we live in a pyramid culture, and most free enterprise systems, such as what we have in the United States and in different parts of the world, we are a free enterprise system that allows people to go into business, many kinds of businesses, and to create an income. And somewhere in that business scheme, there is an organizational structure, and it is a pyramid type system. So pyramids are common in our society. The pyramid structure is common in our society, although pyramid schemes are illegal in the United States. So what I want you to do is understand the difference between a pyramid and a legitimate network marketing company, network marketing business. So if you are involved in any kind of job in the United States, whether you work for yourself or whether you work for someone else, all major corporations in the United States are based on a pyramid system. Now, in business and in organizations, they don't call it a pyramid. They can't do it. They won't call it a pyramid because everybody knows that pyramids are illegal. So what we do in business in the United States, what we do is we call this an organizational chart. This is the structure of our businesses. And no matter what kind of business you're in, whether you're in corporate America, you work for some big firm somewhere, whether you're in a retail establishment, you work for a store, a grocery chain, a clothing store chain, doesn't matter what kind of retail establishment you're in, you can have one of those little shops in the mall that just sells trinkets and jewelry and that sort of thing. That business has some kind of an organizational chart. Your family is based on a pyramid system. Your family has an organizational structure. Now, generally in America, there's the father, and then just below the father is is the wife. Now, of course, we don't want to say that. We like to say the husband and the wife are equal. But in the organizational structure, generally is the husband and the wife, and then you got your kids, you got your aunts and your uncles, and spread out through the family. Now, what do we call that in the family? We call that a family tree. That family tree is nothing more than an organizational chart for your family, okay? And you'll notice that it goes up. And so it is structured, or it starts here and it goes down. So it is structured in a pyramid system. Your church, if you go to a church or a synagogue or a temple, or I don't care what your religious organization is, the chances are, or that is absolutely true, that your church has an organizational chart. You have a pastor. I'm just using from the Christian part of it, Christian side of it, that I understand. I don't know anything at all about Judaism. I don't know how the Jewish temple structure is set up. I know there's a rabbi here and so forth, but in a regular Christian church, you have a pastor. That is at the top of the organizational chart, like over here on the left side of the screen here. That would be the pastor. This would be the associate pastor, so forth and so on. In a regular business, you've got the CEO, then under the CEO is the chief operating officer and the chief financial officer. And then down below them is other structures or other positions in the corporation. And this one answers to that one, this one answers to that one, so forth and so on. But the thing about an organizational chart like this, I hope you understand, is that in this kind of an organization, a person who comes into on the level of a business here, no matter how talented they are, the chances are they are not going to ascend up the ladder and become the CEO of the business. Just like in your church, you have a pastor of your church. That pastor has associate pastors, and then under that is your executive board. Under that, sometimes you can have a board of deacons. Then under that, you've got teachers, and then you've got associate teachers. And so your church just kind of filters down through there. And so if this right here were the organization of a church, and this was the pastor sitting up here at the top, you could walk into your church and sit on the pew. And if you were to stand up one day and say, hey, wait a minute, hang on a second, we need to make a change here. I've decided that I'm going to leave the pew and I'm going to ascend to the pulpit. And Pastor, you take a seat. I'm taking over. I'm going to tell you the truth of it. The deacon board would lead you out to the front porch. That would not work. You would not be able to do it. So your church is based on the pyramid system, just as your job is based on the pyramid system. And of course, the United States government or any government is based on the pyramid system because of its organizational structure. So when you're doing business and network marketing or multi-level marketing, you'll hear the term, oh boy, that's just a pyramid. And the people who say that are people who don't know what they're talking about, and they don't understand the pyramid system. They've been scared off by something. They've been in some kind of a business scheme of some kind and got stuck and it didn't work for them. The chances are that system, that business they got in had a system that they didn't work. And so they didn't ascend up the levels that they could have ascended. So let's move along here and let's get to talking about what we're talking about. This is the structure that most people associate with a pyramid because it's a three-sided thing, and we're all familiar with the great pyramids over in Giza and over in all those sand dune countries. Okay, we're familiar with this system, and so when people talk about pyramids, this is what they're thinking. I was working in my network marketing business a few weeks ago, and I had helped a new person, what we call hosted. Some businesses call it enroll, some call it sponsor. It's all the same thing. But I had hosted, I like the term host. I had hosted this lady who liked what she saw. She joined me in my business, and then she decided she wanted to build a business. And so she made a contact list of the top 10 people that she thought we could contact and present the business to them so that she could get an organization going. Of course, one of the people that we contacted was her brother. And her first thing out of his mouth after we started showing was, this is one of those pyramid systems. He could not explain to me what a pyramid is. He had no idea what a pyramid is, but he had it stuck in his brain that this was a pyramid. Now, we're all familiar with Ponzi schemes. We're all familiar with Bernie Madoff and how he corrupted the free enterprise system with his. We understand those. They went to jail, which is exactly where they need to be. But this fellow just didn't understand what the difference was between a pyramid. He couldn't even define it. And so let's define it. Okay. So a pyramid, an illegal pyramid system, is narrow at the top with room only left at the bottom. Now, here's what happens in a pyramid. If anybody approaches you with any kind of a system that you have to buy into to buy a position in that company, that is a pyramid. Now, this does not mean that there cannot be startup costs in a network marketing company. There are startup costs. There are. I'm going to get to that here in a minute. But in a pyramid system, what happens is let's say somebody will start a scheme to extract money from other people, and they buy and they create this system, or they buy into a system. And here's one, and this one right here I'm going to say is a high level buy-in. So somebody comes in here at the top of the pyramid and they buy a position for 10 or 20 or $30,000, $50,000, doesn't matter how much it is, and they're guaranteed that they will always hold that position and nobody else can go ahead of them or get ahead of them or make more money than anything else. But in order for them to get their investment back, they have to sell a position to somebody else. So they sell a position to people in the middle, and these people invest their $20 or $30 or $40,000, and the guy up here gets a big piece of that. Okay, that money in a network, in a pyramid, the money. See, how's the best way to say it? The pyramid system is built from the top down, where people buy a position, and only those in the very beginning can ever be at or near the top. No one can surpass them. Business flows down, but the money flows up. I hope that makes sense. This guy here on the lower position can never, ever move above the guy in the high position. They are in a position, they buy a position on the pyramid, and that is where they stay. And the only way they can recoup their investment is by selling an investment to people after them. And before too long, the pyramid fills up, it explodes, and it's gone. And the guy at the top is holding the bank wad. Okay, he's got the money, and everybody else has lost their investment. Now, network marketing flips this upside down. In network marketing, it looks kind of like this. Now, I've chosen to use this upside down pyramid for this specific reason. In network marketing is narrow at the bottom, but it has room at the top, where a pyramid was narrow at the top with only room at the bottom. So in network marketing, everybody starts down here at the lowest level. Everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. in a legitimate network marketing or multi-level marketing company, people all start at the same position. So here we go. In network marketing or multi-level marketing, everybody starts at the bottom. Everybody starts on an even playing field. Everybody who comes in to a legitimate network marketing company, such as ACN that we're in, or Melaleuca, or Nu Skin, or anything, any structure that uses this model, people come in on equal playing ground, okay, at the exact same level. And everybody who comes in to that business has the same opportunity to build a large organization, to not build an organization if they don't want to. They can stay where they're at. People in a network marketing business, you can work at your own pace. You decide what you want to do with your business. But the business and network marketing, business flows up. See the arrow? The business starts at the bottom and flows up. The money starts at the bottom and flows up. Okay, so everything is an upward motion. So anyone can build an organization, and you can come into a legitimate network marketing business, and you can build an organization, even though you're hosted, and I'm going to get to that point here in a minute, even though you come into the business at the lowest point, you have the opportunity through your work and through your talents and through your dedication, through your focus. All of these things come together to build a business, and you have the same opportunity to build a network organization many times larger than the person who hosted you in, if you are willing to do the work. So let me just show you something right here. So in a legitimate, now I keep saying legitimate network marketing business simply because I'm smart enough to know that there are some pyramid schemes out there that will take you for everything that you're worth and just leave you by the side of the road. You don't want to get into that. If somebody offers you a networking business, you want to make sure that it is a legitimate networking business. But here it is. So people come into a business, somebody has called you up and they said, hey, listen, John or Bill or whatever your name is, listen, this is Jim. I've run across a business idea that I'm excited about. It's a way that I think we can either save some money or make some money, or maybe even do both. And I'm excited about it. I think you need to hear about it. Or do you keep your options open for other optional forms of income, or that sort of thing? You've heard the spiel, and you say, oh yes, I have. Yes, I'm interested, or whatever. And your friend says, well, can we get together and let me just show you what we're doing? And you say, sure. And so you get together with your friend, and they show you a presentation, just generally a video presentation. Sometimes it's physical, where they draw it out on paper or on a whiteboard or whatever. And you see the business, and you say, okay, I like this. This makes sense. So you have the option of joining that business with the person that called you. So that person that called you would host you or sponsor you or enroll you, whatever the term is that particular company uses. I use the term host, would host you into that business. Now, in most network marketing companies, you have a choice. You have a choice to be a customer of that company. You have a choice of being a business builder in that company. You have a choice to be both a customer and or a business builder in that company. But let's just say that you come in, that you see something that you like, your friend shows you a way that you can save money on your telephone bills or your energy or personal identity theft, that sort of thing. And you say, okay, that's a great product. I will buy that product. And you just become a customer of the person that spoke with you. Now, in some companies, you are not a business builder, of course, you are just a customer. All right, so you're just a customer. Some people in some companies, they sell a membership that gives you access to their savings programs, that sort of thing. And you are still a customer. You are not obligated to tell anybody about it. But let's just say that you did want to earn an income, that you saw a way that you could earn an income with this company, whatever it is. And you become, in some companies, it is called a distributor or a sales representative or just whatever they call their entry level entry level business partner. I prefer to say people that I bring into my business, they are my business partner. I don't really like the term downline, and I don't like the term upline. And so they are my business partner. And so in a legitimate network marketing company, you can, by following their guidelines, you can become a distributor. In the business that I'm in, is called an IBO, an independent business owner. You're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself, because most network marketing companies work on a team concept. And I'll show you that when we get over to where we're at. And then you have the option of moving up the line of success by qualifying at different levels in their business plan for more and more income. Or you have the choice to reach any level that you want and just stay there. You are not obligated to build a network marketing business, even though you are in a network marketing business. Everybody builds their business to the degree that they are willing to do the work. In our particular business that we're in, it starts out as an independent business owner, then you get customer qualified, and then you take the different steps up through the different levels. And so in our business, each time you qualify at certain levels while you're building your business, this doesn't happen overnight. As you move up these different levels, you're earning more and more income. So you have the choice of just being a customer, or just building a small residual income, or really putting in the effort and going up to the higher levels. And the higher levels you go, the more qualified levels you reach, then you can reach any level of income that you want. It is absolutely unlimited what you can do. Now, in order to be successful in network marketing, to move up those levels that I just spoke about, you must teach someone else to be successful. You cannot do it all by yourself. You will not do it all by yourself. It's absolutely impossible to build the largest organizations in a legitimate network marketing company and do it all by yourself. And there's a reason for that, and generally it's the organizational structure. So in order for me to be successful in my venture that I'm in, I have to teach other people to be successful. It's what Zig Ziglar said. He said, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have anything you want. So in order to be successful in network marketing, you must teach someone else to be successful. And so in in a typical network marketing company, if you want to build a business, then what you do is you have to host other people, or enroll or sponsor, whatever the term is. You host other people into your line of sponsorship. So you call your friend this time and you say, hey, Tom, I found something, I've run across something that I'm excited about. It's a way that I believe we can make some money or save some money, whatever it is that your company markets. And and you say, I'd like to come over and see you, put on a pot of coffee, I'm coming over, I've got something exciting I wanted to show you. You go over, you show them your presentation, they get excited about it, and they join you in your business, regardless of what it is. They join you in your business. That's called hosting. You host them. And then for you to be successful in a legitimate network marketing business, then it is your responsibility to help you, the people that you host, become successful. And so I'm just going to use the number 5. So what you're looking for is you're looking for 5 people that you can host, that you can train to help them and teach them to duplicate what you're doing. I'm going to show you this in just a minute. So if you can host 5 people and help them be successful, you can also help them. After you've helped them become successful, then you can help the people that they host become successful, as can they. So you have the opportunity in network marketing to not just host people on your front line where you're the only one doing the hosting, but you can work down in your organization and create a tremendous group. Now, this right here is basically what a legitimate network marketing team structure looks like. Now, a lot of companies call this the downline and the upline. I don't like those terms, although it will slip out of my mouth from time to time. But this is what a typical team structure looks like. So this is your host. Remember, as part of a team, you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So this is your host, and somewhere above that host is his host, and somewhere above that host, and it just goes up. So you're all part of the big team. And so your host hosts you. You join your host in his network marketing business. And then you, deciding that you want to build a network marketing business, you decide to share this opportunity with your friends and your family and people that you meet, people that you know. And so you host Bob and you host Tom, and then all these other positions here, everybody that you personally host, that you personally sit down with, do the presentation, do the paperwork, you are their host, and they come into your organization on your first level. I call this the A level. And then Bob hosts Sue and all of these other people on this line, on this level. Bob has hosted all of these people, and all of these people, Sue included, are on Bob's A level, but they're on your B level because they are 1, 2, A, B levels down from you. Sue hosts Sally, and Sally is on Sue's A level. She's on Bob's B level, and she's on your C level. She's on your host's D level. See how that goes down? And in a legitimate network marketing company, since all of these people are in your group, because all of them are related to your business, they're all in your network. That's why it's called network marketing. All of these people are in your network. And so let's just say, for sake of argument, that you reach the level of ETL, which is executive team leader. It's the second or third step up the line in the ACN network marketing plan, in the pay structure, to say, in the rankings. Some businesses call it the PIN level. There's different designations of different companies. You'll just have to see what it is in the one you have. But let's say that you reach the level of ETL, executive team level, team leader, and this is where you are in your business. You're qualified to receive commissions or bonuses, or however your company says it, on a certain number of positions in your organization. In our particular organization, up to certain levels, you can only receive commissions down through like 5 levels. And so you get paid an override commission on all the sales that is made by anybody in this group. It doesn't matter if this person right here made a sale, you would make an override commission because that sale happened inside your group. Now, this does not mean that everybody else in that group has to stay at the pin level. I'll use the word pin level that they are, because down here, Sally is liable to see this business opportunity a little bit bigger than you see it. And she says, you know what? I think if I go to work and if I'll put in the effort, if I'll do whatever it takes to build my business, because remember, she's going to be hosting down below her and people, and she's going to help people that she brings in, bringing people, so forth and so on. And she has every opportunity in a legitimate network marketing business to reach a higher pin level than you. Does not mean that she moves out of your organization and goes ahead of you under your host. Does not mean that at all. It just means that she has the opportunity in a legitimate network marketing business to reach a higher income level than you. This is something that could not happen in a pyramid scheme. If this was a pyramid scheme, Sally would be delegated to stay where she's at whatever income level she started at. In a legitimate network marketing company, Sally has every opportunity to exceed in her business and bypass you in the economic scale, not in the organizational scale. She could reach a higher pin level than you. She can make more money than you. She can have more prestige than you. She can go to the very top of the company. Tom over here, he decides that he really wants to rock and roll. And so Tom, even though you're his host and you're still at the executive team level, and you hosted Tom, Tom could say, now, boy, this is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm going to go to work. And he starts building his business. So he's building people down below him. Okay, so he starts hosting in people, they start hosting in people, and he builds a large organizational structure, and he can bypass at the pin level and at the income level. He can earn more money than you. He can earn more money than your host. He can earn more money than their host. He can earn as much money as anybody in your business. This is why this is a legitimate network marketing structure, not a pyramid. If this were a pyramid, Tom would be stuck at this level, at that income level. From now on, he could never, ever move up the chain or move up the ladder of success because he would be stuck at this level. But in a legitimate network marketing company, Tom can go to work, he can put in the hours, he can drive the miles, he can go to the events, he can do all the learning, he can take the training and build a business, an individual business. That's why he is an independent business owner. He owns his organization just like you own yours. And this is the best I can do to show you that you are in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself, because you earn an income off of all of the people in your organization that you qualify for. Now, as an SVP in our company, this is senior vice president, this fellow right here would be earning income down through unlimited levels, whereas at the ETL and a couple of the others, they can only earn income down through 5 levels. So as you're building your network marketing business, You want to reach as many levels of income as you possibly can. And you could have, if you was an ETL, you could have 10,000 people in your organization that could be brought in by Tom and by Sally. These people could be bringing in people that you won't get paid for simply because you don't qualify on those levels. Okay, so you're not, just because you brought them in don't mean that you're going to out earn them. Somebody you bring in could well out earn you, but by the same token, your host brings you in, you have every opportunity in a legitimate network marketing company to bypass them in the pay structure. Let's move along. In network marketing, we talk about duplication. And so I'm just going to go through this right quick and show you where duplication happens, because when you come into network marketing, your goal, if you're going to build a business, is to host other people. But more importantly, your goal should be to duplicate yourself. You want to become the best distributor or representative or business owner or whatever it is your company calls it, and you want to become the best you can be. But more importantly, you want to reproduce yourself. You want to duplicate you. And so you call Bob and you say, Bob, I found a business idea I'm excited about. I think we can make money, save money. You know, I've said the same thing a couple of times. And so you sign Bob up, you host him, and you think that you've duplicated yourself. You think you have, but you haven't. You haven't duplicated anything. The only thing you've done is sign Bob up. And the reason for that is if you've hosted 5 or 6 or 10 people, if you go away from Bob's line of business to work in another line of business, if you haven't taught Bob how to duplicate what you do, that Bob will most likely stop working in that line of business, and that line of business dies. Bob doesn't know how to host other people. He doesn't know how to teach other people how to host other people. And so true duplication really doesn't start kicking in until about the 3rd level down. So you host Bob, and then in order to have duplication, even the level of duplication, you have to teach Bob how to host Sue, and then teach Sue how to host Sally. Okay, so you're working down in your depth, and eventually going down that line of business, you're going to find somebody, and we're just going to say Sally. Sally says, wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And she goes to work and she starts bringing in a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of points, and however your business, whatever the pay structure is, we call them points. Whole bunch of points come in, and that line of business is stable. When that line of business stabilizes with a business builder, we're going to talk about business builders in a minute. When that line of business stabilizes, then you can go and spend more time in another line of business. Now, I put the number at 5, and the reason for I say 5 is even though you may host 20 or 30 people personally, I have never met a network marketer who could successfully work intensely with more than 5 people. Now, you can work with 5 people, you spread yourself kind of thin, but work with 5 people, get one of them stable, switch over, find another one, and go back to 5. Okay. So let's wrap this thing up by talking about creating business builders in your organizations. Now, here's the truth. Not everybody that you bring into your business is going to be a business builder. Not everybody is going to have your vision. Not everybody's going to see what you see. They're not. You're going to bring in people who will just want to be customers. You're going to bring in people who may even take an independent business owner's position in your business, where they could, if they wanted to, host in other people, or you just may bring in people who just want to be your customer. That's entirely how you build your business. But let's say that you brought in 10, or let's say that you hosted 10 people, and you are most likely going to have to find, most likely going to have to host 10 people to find one legitimate business builder. Some of the people you bring in may host 2 or 3 people. They may host 4 or 5 people. and then they level off, they fade away. Okay, but to find a legitimate business builder, somebody who says, I want to take this company to the top of the pay charts, it will most likely you'll have to host 10 people to find that one business builder. So here's my chart. Let's say that you decide you're going to build your business and you're going to build it by working, instead of 5 business builders, you're going to work with 2 business builders. And so you teach your group to host 2 people, which would give you 4 business builders in your group. You teach those 4 people to host 2, which would bring in another 8. You help those 2 people, those 8 people, create 2 business builders. Now remember, we're finding business builders here. Okay, so to find these 2 business builders, these people up here are going to have to host 10 people each. So that would be 20 people that would be brought in your business to find 2 business builders. They would find 2 business builders, which would mean those 4 would have to host 10 each, which would be another 40 people come into your group, but 4 of them will be business builders. Okay, and they would host 2 and find 2 business builders, which would be 8 more. They would help. They would be 16. So at the end of whatever time period this is, this could happen in a month. This could happen in six months. This could happen in a year. Depends on how long you take. You can see that at the end of the term, let's just say 6 months, you would have a total of 30 business builders in your group. And if all 30 of those represented 10 spots, then you would have in your entire organization, you would have roughly 300 people in your group that came into your business, that saw the opportunity and said, okay, let's go. Not all of them will be high dollar performers. Some will linger, some will do a little, some will do a lot, some will stay in the middle, but they are all in your organization. So if this happened here, you would have about 300 people in your organization that you would be drawing a residual income off of whatever sales they produced anywhere in your organization that you qualified. But let's take this a step further. Let's say that instead of working with 2 business builders, you decided you wanted to work with 3. And you went down that same line of progression. These 3 hosted 3, which equaled 9. Those 9, now I say host, understand, they would have to host 10 each to find 1. And so 30 people would be hosted to find 3 legitimate business builders. So we're just going to talk about business builders. And those 3 found 3, that would be 9. Those 9 found 3, it'd be 27. Those 27 found 3, that'd be 81. Add those all up together, and you would have a total of 120 business builders in your organization, showing your business plan, making phone calls, getting people to meetings, doing all these things. You would have 120 business builders. Now, you may ask yourself, I ask the questions, what's the difference between 120 and 30? That's the question. What's the difference between 120 and 30? And your immediate answer would be 90. The difference between 120 and 30 is 90. It's not. That is not the difference in this equation. The difference in this equation is 1. By adding 1 more business builder into your group, you quadruple your outcome. You quadruple your, or even more, your business organization, because you've got more and more and more people coming in. Remember, in times of 10. So you would have 120 business builders. But remember, it takes 10 people to find 1 business builder. You would have roughly 1,200 people in your downline organization or in your organizational structure who are using your products that are generating points or sales, and you would be earning a residual income off of 1,200 people in your business as opposed to 330 times 10. Do the same thing with 4 business builders. Going down the line, I'm not going to do the math. You can see it for yourself. When you get down here to the end of this, you can see that all of these numbers added together is 340. Again, you ask the question, what's the difference between 340 and 30? Well, we're all good at math. I took business math in school, and I know for a fact that the difference between 340 and 30 is 310, but not in network marketing. In network marketing, you're leveraging the time and the efforts of other people. That's why J. Paul Getty said, I would rather benefit from 1% of the efforts of 100 people than I would 100% of my own. So the difference between 310 and 30, between 340 and 30 is not 310. The difference is 2, because you've added to your organization through duplication. So you'll have 340 business builders out there showing the business, bringing business into your network, but you'd have around 3,400 people in that network buying your product, generating income on a residual basis for you. Same thing with 5, and I'm going to stop with 5 because if you went down the line again, the difference, you'd have 780 business builders. The difference between 780 and 30 is not 750. The difference is 3. So instead of working with 2 business builders, work with 5 business builders, teach each one of them to duplicate you. And at the end of the term, whatever your term is, this could take a 6 months, this could take a year, this could take 10 years. Who cares? You work at your own pace. And at the end of this right here, in a perfect world, if duplicating on a scale of 5 business builders, if every business builder hosted 10 people to find one other business builder, you'd have between 7,800 and 10,000 people in your organization buying your product, creating a residual income for you. You'd have between 7,800 and 10,000 people in your total group. Between 750 and 1,000 of those would be people out there showing your business plan. Now, here's a concept that I teach in my business, because you are responsible for teaching the people in your organization to duplicate you. It's going to take a lot of work. It is a lot of work. The reason the word work is in network business is because this is not an easy ride. This is the easiest money you'll make, and it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. Once residual income kicks in, it is called passive income, and you can actually step back from a whole lot of effort and let the residual income still sustain you. You don't want to walk away from your business, but for the first bit, you're going to be putting a lot of effort into it. So this is what I tell people whenever I bring somebody into my business and I say, I'm going to help you get your business off the ground. I'm going to work with you until you don't need me anymore, and then I can go and work with somebody else. But in the meantime, I'm going to work with you, and here's the steps that we're going to take. I do. This is going to be real simple. You'll probably want to write this down. I tell my new people, I will do the work. I will help you make your calls. I will help you set your appointments. When it comes time to show the business plan to your friends and your family, I will do it. I will do the work. I do, and then I do, and you watch. So while I'm doing the work, you watch what I'm doing and you learn what I'm doing and you do what I'm doing. The next step is that I'm not going to do it. You're going to do it, and I'm going to watch you. And I will watch you do the business presentation. I will watch you make the calls. I will watch you do whatever it takes to get somebody started in your business. Now, remember, you have your own network marketing business, but so do the people that you bring into your business. The people that you host are not your employees. The people that you host are your business partners, and it absolutely, oh, what's the word I'm trying to, I don't even know the word I'm trying to say. It behooves, that's the word. It behooves you to help the people that you host become successful so that you can become successful. So I do, you watch. You do, and I watch, and then you do. At this point, I'm going to turn the efforts in your group over to you. Remember Sally? By the time Sally becomes proficient at showing this business, the chances are she's not going to need your help. And she's going to say, hey, listen, host, just moving on. Or actually, Sally was down in depth. I think Bob over here, or whoever this was, Tom over on this other side, Tom's going to say, hey, I don't need your help right now, so I'm going to just take my business and run with it. You can stay at whatever level you want, but I'm going to the top of the company. I hope this explanation of the difference between a legitimate network marketing company and a pyramid scheme makes sense to you. All right. This has been a good exercise. It really has. And I hope that I hope you got something out of this, because I hear this all the time. And there is always somebody out there. I promise you, if you are building a network marketing business, you are going to run across the term where somebody is going to say to you, don't get involved with that. That's a pyramid scheme. And the truth is, majority of people who say that don't have one cotton picking one cotton picking clue. Yeah, I got my tongue tangled around my eye teeth, couldn't see what I was saying. They don't have one clue of what a legitimate or what an illegal pyramid scheme is. If they would look at the organizational structure of their job, of the corporation that they work for or the store that they work in, if they really took a look at that organizational structure, that's when they would see a legitimate or a true pyramid. So while you're on your journey of building your network marketing business, don't dismay when someone says, oh, you're in one of those things. One of those things is one of those things that they don't know what they're talking about and they don't understand it. Let me tell you something about network marketing. I'm going to steal this from a friend of mine. This is not mine. This is his. I'm going to steal it from him. So Robert, if you ever see this, I'm going to steal this from you. But there are only two reasons. If you show your business, if you are in a legitimate network marketing company and you've got a legitimate product, you represent a legitimate product with a legitimate marketing plan, with a real pay structure, there are only two reasons why somebody would not join you. If you do a good job and show your business properly and you do it with integrity and with honesty and you don't over exaggerate, You don't lie to people. You don't try to trick anybody. If you do a good job and show this to people, there are only two reasons why your friend would not join you. The first reason is that they don't understand it. They don't understand what it is they're seeing. You may have to do a little bit more work. And the second reason that they would not join you is that they don't understand it. The only reason people do not join network marketing is that they don't understand it. Any intelligent person, any ambitious person who sees a legitimate network marketing plan and sees that they have the opportunity to build a residual business, a residual income, anybody intelligent will jump on the opportunity to build a business with you. Don't be discouraged if somebody hollers pyramid. They don't know what they're talking about. So just stand your guns, stand by your guns, do the best job you can do, talk to them. Listen, here's the idea, here's the deal. Say more, say less to more people. It's a numbers game. I'm gonna steal one more thing from my friend Robert, and that's the term Sinaloa, SINALOA. Safety in numbers and law of averages. The more people that you talk to, the more people will be convinced that what you've got is the best thing they've ever seen. They'll jump in with you. You'll find yourself some business builders. It's going to take a while to do it, but you'll find you some business builders and you'll build yourself an organization that will absolutely take you to the moon. Well, I'm Jim Laughter. That's about the best I've got. I'm going to stop my recording. You've got my phone number. I should have put it on another chart, but I didn't. 918-510-4583. Or you can email me at jimwilma.laughter@gmail.com. JIMWILMA.laughter, LAUGHTER@gmail.com. Just say that you saw this YouTube and you're interested in our business plan and how you can make some serious money. Y'all have a great day. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.